Hi guys, so today we're working on section 1.3, which is powers and exponents. Now, as we're going, I just want to show you something. It's a quick comparison because often people make a lot of mistakes between exponents and multiplication. Now, to show you what I'm talking about here, let's take a look at a very simple multiplication problem. A simple multiplication problem here is 3 times 2. Now, what this means really, we can all do this in our head, I'm sure, but what this really means is that I'm taking 3 and I'm adding it plus 3 again. So really what we're doing is multiplication is an expression of addition. 3 times 2 is the same as 3 plus 3, or 3 plus itself 2 times. An exponent works slightly different. An exponent is kind of a similar statement but using multiplication. So if I have 3 to the second power, this is equal to 3 times 3. Now the reason I'm showing it to you this way is because this has been confusing for me when I was first learning exponents. And I would go ahead and I would look at this problem and I would see this 3 to the second power and I would think, oh, well, right away, well, that equals 6. But that's wrong. You have to make sure you're looking at it as 3 times itself 2 times. So let's try one more here. And we should be able to come up with another example of this pretty easily here. For another example of this then, so let's try another one. Here I'm going to show you 7 to the 5th power. Now when we have an exponent, we're going to know it's an exponent because we're going to have our base number here. Our base number is going to be normal size, but our exponent, this is going to be written smaller and up here in the corner. When you see this, what it means is, as we said before, we're going to be multiplying 7 times 7 5 times. So when we write this out, it's going to look like this. 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. And that's all it is. That's as simple as it gets. Now don't make the mistake again of multiplying those two numbers together because that's not what an exponent is. An exponent is telling you how many times you multiply the base times itself. So in order to do this and work with exponents, we need to use a little bit of our language here. Now let's talk about some of the key language we're going to be using when we're talking about exponents. First, we have to talk about a power. Very simply put, a power is this whole expression. When we have a number and that number has an exponent, together the entire thing is called a power. Now there's a couple ways we can say this. We can say that this is 6 to the 3rd power, or we can say that this is 6 to the power of 3. The base is the number 6 right here. The base is the number that we're going to be multiplying times itself. The exponent is this number right there. The exponent tells you how many times you're going to multiply the base times itself. So again, the power is the whole thing. The base is the number that will be multiplied times itself, and the exponent tells you how many times you're going to multiply the base times itself. So if we were going to write this number out the long way, if we were going to write out 6 to the third power out the long way, we would write 6 times 6 times 6. Let's try one more. So here we go. We're going to try right now 3 to the 4th power. So the exponent here is 4. The base is 3. And the power is the entire thing of 3 to the 4th power. So if we're going to write this out now in the long form, it's going to be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then if I ask you to solve for this, all you have to do is do the multiplication here, which is 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And 27 times 3 is 81.